Well, hello everyone. Hello, hello. That's pretty embarrassing there. So that little piece you heard was called Cara de Mono. And for those of you who speak any Spanish at all, that means monkey face. Hi, Ernesto. Hi, Terry. Hi, Randy. So I was playing with the guitar with an artist from Mexico whose name is Gloria Trevi. And Gloria was, well, as big as Michael Jackson or even the Beatles in Latino countries, Hispanic uh, countries, but particularly in Mexico. She had her own radio show, her own calendar. We were playing 10,000 seaters for days on end. And she had a very, very controlling manager, a fantastic producer and music man, but he was a pretty weird guy. I could tell you a couple of stories that'll blow your mind. Hi, Marcella. I hope your foot is doing better. Um, so Sergio, his name is, hi, German. His name is Sergio Andrade. He was always very good to me as a studio musician, but he was a very bad man. And I'm not sure I want to go into that at the moment. But the rule was that I was not permitted to speak Spanish. I understand Spanish for the most part. I don't speak it well or correctly, but that's great, Marcella. But I understand it. And Gloria and the rest of the band were all from Mexico. They called me in to be the big LA, studio guitarist. And so we did gigs. We played in the biggest places in Mexico City. We played what's called Palenque, which is up a lot of times in the fields, in the mountains. And people came from all around. That's a whole other story. And so I was not permitted to talk to Gloria at all, actually. He didn't want me to talk to the star, which is really weird because it was a rock and roll gig, and she was like, and she was singing. She'd come over to me and sing in my face and hug me and touch my guitar and all this kind of stuff. And, hi, Gunnar. Merry Christmas. And so Gloria and I were not permitted to speak. But, I did her albums, and I was doing these live gigs, and I didn't want to listen to the boss. There were other rules, too, that I'll tell you about in another live. But anyway, long story short, Gloria started to call me Cara de Mono. And although I learned and know some Spanish, I know Spanish, I comprehend a lot of Spanish, for some reason, I only knew the word cara, which is face, right? I didn't know that mono, or demono, is monkey. So I was always so happy when she called me cara de mono. And in fact, she was making fun of me for like 2 years, calling me monkey face. Anyway, the opening song, before I walked out of the room thinking it was 2 minutes longer, sorry everybody, was called Cara de Mono, and I wrote that actually for a chair called the Hi-Fi chair. Hi John, one of the most talented guitarists and singers in the world, John Patty, from Long Island, from where I come from. Anyway, so there I was, and playing the guitar, and she's calling me this name, and I keep thanking her. Thank you, Cara de Mono, Jaime, Cara de Mono. Anyway, I found out the hard way that she's been calling me Monkey Face, And I got an assignment from one of my dearest friends, Jeff Osler, who created a theater chair called the I-Fi chair. And hi, Toby. And so, hey, Terry. So I wrote that piece that you just heard. Again, I'm sorry I walked out of the room thinking that you would just listen to the song and the live would populate and all that stuff. Anyway, this is not going to be a long thing tonight. I was actually just testing some equipment, and it seems to all be working because you guys are responding and all that stuff. So I want to tell you something that's incredibly amazing in a few minutes. But before I do, I want to just play a song or two or maybe one, and we'll see. Hi, Dominic. Let's see what I can do here. Let's see. gosh, it's weird. Hi, there's so many people that have joined us, which is fantastic. Fantastic. Thank you all for being here. Hi, Wilson. Wilson Polito is like my brother, and he's the guy who some of you saw, who built my new video room downstairs. It's a beautiful room. It's got, it's weird. He built it so it would be, as you saw, those of you who followed, this beautiful room, so I could do videos and be away from my animals and just have a room for videos, for video making. And it turns out that the room ended up to be my spiritual place now. I go there to meditate. I go there to relax. I go there to get away from social media, to get away from the phone, to think, to create, to cry, to laugh. It's a magical room Wilson built. For those of you who don't know Wilson Polito, he's originally from Peru. And when they had the earthquake that I think killed like 70,000 people, something like this, he was going to be a doctor, but he had all the credits and all the documentation to be an architect. So, as I remember the story, Wilson was called to rebuild the city and to rebuild the temples and the churches. And he's a very, very faithful man. He's LDS, and I love him. I love him, as I love many of you. Hi, George. Hi, Dominic. Hi, S.J. Krishnadas. Hello, my brother. My sister, Valerie. Hey, Valerie. I love you. All right. Hey, Bob. As to your question, no, I always use the same thing, a Helix. A Helix. It's a Line 6 piece of equipment. I do have other things that I use. I have Digitech equipment. I have an old SGX 2000 from the 1980s and the 88 preamp that I sometimes jump on top of each other. But tonight, I was actually just screwing around with video equipment. So I'm just using some of the sounds I had on the road with Ponty. So that's it. Hey, Mark. How you doing? And yeah, Mark's a great player. So everybody, I don't want to bring you down. That's not my purpose. But I want to tell you two things. One thing is I want to thank you. My new album came out today, my holiday album called No Apologies. And I'm giving $1 of every sale to Shriners Hospitals for Children. I already donate to the ASPCA and 2 other animal things, so I'm using your money, which I'm going to match, by the way. So I want to thank you all very much for all of the purchases today. Yeah, I mean, in 4 hours, there's over $800 in purchases, and that I haven't looked for like 8 hours, like maybe 6 hours. I don't usually check that stuff. The CD, well, there's two choices. You can get the CD, and with the CD, you get a button. The button goes on, on your shirt or wherever you wear buttons. Not a button like for a shirt. A button, that I was going to say like a MAGA button, but I really don't want to say that. A button. And it says No Apologies on it. And that's the name of the album. And it's in the chat here. The link is noapologymusic.com. And you can choose that package, or you can choose, and that package, $1 goes to the Shriner Hospital for Children. You get downloads of the WAV files at master quality, which is here at 48 24-bit. You can get the MP3s for all the tracks. They're all included. And I made 2 ebooks, 2 recipe books. One, you'd have to see it. If you buy it, you'll see the recipe books. I included that as a little Christmas Hanukkah gift for everybody. That's included. Or you can save $6 and just get the downloads, and you get all the same things that I just mentioned, except you don't get the CD and you don't get the button, which also, and I don't go to the post office for you. So there you go. So it's noapologymusic.com. The link is in the thingy. And I wanted to tell you a little bit about that record really quickly, because I did tell the story of the title, No Apologies. If you read my post on most Facebook pages or on LinkedIn, I copied out the post which explained how the title No Apologies came about. But I wanted to tell you how this album originated. Then I'll play something. So right before I left Los Angeles in 1999, I don't know how, I mean, I always work a lot. You know, during December, we'd play party after party, Christmas parties for, you know, the 7-Eleven employees, the Mazda corporate people, the AT&T, I mean, all big giant corporate parties, all having Christmas parties. And something happened in 1999. I had a gig 7 days a week playing corporate parties. Hotel after hotel after hotel, the Wilshire Hotel, the Beverly Hills Hotel, all high level, big paying gigs, you know. And I had worked like plenty every December from the age of 12, but I don't remember ever working 7 days a week. So anyway, I'm going to get to the point. So we played every night. I had a 7-piece band, which I led for 3 different offices that used to book bands for these corporate parties, for weddings, for bar mitzvahs, for whatever. That's called Casuals in LA. And every night, it got to be a Christmas party, and of course I have to play. And every single night, the same stuff. Every night, the same Christmas songs over and over and over and over and over, till after like the 21st day of playing, you know, Frosty the Snowman and I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas and singing it and all that stuff, I had just kind of had it, you know. There was very little Christmas spirit. I was making lots of money, but musically it wasn't, hey, Bill, low. It wasn't doing anything for me at the time, but filling the bank account. And I was glad that people were happy dancing to the Christmas songs, you know. Anyway, I get my directions to the gig. It's a Saturday, and getting ready to do my usual thing with the band, and they said, I'm playing at a temple in Northridge, California, which is in the San Fernando Valley. And the temple is called Ramatzion, Temple Ramatzion. So I'm thinking, how am I going to play Christmas songs at a synagogue? I'm not going to. Or maybe these people are Jews for Jesus or something. I played so much Christmas stuff, right? And I get to the gig with my 7-piece band, and it turns out I wasn't playing a Christmas party, but I was playing a Jewish wedding. We were playing a Jewish wedding. Well, it was fantastic. A change, you know. I surely know how to do a Jewish wedding. Had one of my own. But we get to, for those of you who have never been to a Jewish wedding, I was going to say raise your hands, but I can't see you. In a Jewish wedding, they do a dance that celebrates the bride and groom. You may have heard the song. It's called Havana Gila. Right? And then you do several other songs. Several other festive songs, a lot of them coming from Israel and other places. And in the middle of the dance, maybe someone here who may be Jewish or know some Jewish people can tell me, they take the bride and the groom and they put them up on a chair and they raise them above the people dancing, who's dancing in a circle, right? Okay? Now, I've been told there are many definitions for that they raise the bride and groom so they can be seen by everybody, of course, but so they're closest to God and that they're blessed by God and all this kind of stuff. All beautiful, ways to describe why these people go up on why the bride and groom are raised on the chairs during the songs. So, we get to this section of the Jewish wedding, and we all have played thousands of these kinds of parties, and we're going to do the traditional songs, including Havana Gila and all the rest of them. And I was pretty nutty. I mean, I'm still pretty nutty, but I was really nutty back then. And I turned around to the musicians, all who I love dearly, love, I still do, and I said, listen, so everybody's getting ready to play. All these traditional songs. And I turned around to everybody and I said, play Jingle Bells. And they all looked at me like I had just, I was ready for the insane asylum. It's the middle of a Jewish wedding. It's the pinnacle of the party, of the dance. And they want to play, and I called the song Jingle Bells, and they're just looking at me like Jamie, you are finished, you have lost your freaking mind. So I turned around and I told them, listen, I don't mean play Jingle Bells, Jingle Bells. I mean play Jingle Bells as if it was a Hanukkah song. Play it in the minor mode. So Jingle Bells goes, right? What fun it is to ride. Right? So if we were to make it sound like it was from Israel or Egypt or Syria, the Middle East, or Palestine even, it would be in the minor mode. And so it would sound more like... Okay? I hope you're all following this story. Okay? So I turn around and we're playing this, and the guy who's playing clarinet is crying because he's laughing so hard. The drummer has his head down because he's laughing. Everybody in the band is trying to keep their stuff together. They thought this was like the funniest thing they've ever done. And all of a sudden, Mrs. Wine, I don't want to say her name, the mother of the bride runs up to me. And I'm thinking, that's it. I am fired. It's going to get back to the office that gives me a 200 gigs a year. I'm going to be the laughing stock of Los Angeles. I'm going to be told I ruined their wedding. And as she walked up to me, I was about to say something, and she puts her hand on my shoulder and she says, "What is this song?" And I don't know what to say. I can't tell her it's Jingle Bells. I trying to think of something, anything. I even tried, I know a little Hebrew. I was trying to come up with some words in Hebrew to make up a name. I mean, I didn't want my career to be over because I was such a crazy guy. So I look at her and I'm again about to say something, and she says, Jamila, which is like what Jewish people call me, like what it's affectionate for Jamie. Jamila. Jamila, I love this music, she says. I love this music. And nobody else in her friends ever has this same music at their wedding. And I thought that I had just, I don't know if I died and went to heaven or what, but I was saved because she thought that this song was some Jewish song that nobody else in Los Angeles plays at the parties. So anyway, this is as true a story as I can tell you. So listen. So what happened was, once I knew she liked it, we did all these other kinds of songs in minor. We did the Brady Bunch in minor. Hey, right? And everybody loved this. So I decided to go home in my home studio, get a couple musicians together, and we were going to make, in those days we still were making cassettes, right? There were CDs, but we had cassettes. We're going to make a record called Christmas for the Jews, because it was all Christmas songs, but played like it was a Jewish song. And I did make the cassette, and it never came out, it was never released, but I gave them as Hanukkah Christmas gifts to all the studio musicians in Los Angeles. And I don't know if I could say this, but I became like a cult hero for a while. Everybody, I love that album, Christmas for the Jews. Thank you so much, and all this stuff, man. So yeah, all the biggest studio musicians in Los Angeles, they all know about my album, Christmas for the Jews, but it never came out. So when I was doing this record, my new record, No Apologies, which came out today, I decided that I would use some of that to mix the cultures. So you'll notice the album cover is Santa with a Orthodox Jew's head, and some of the music is a mixture of the Jewish or Middle Eastern and the rest. And I'm going to do one song off the album because there are samples at the website where the record is, and I hope you'll consider getting it, of course. So let me see if I can call that up. I have to call up Cakewalk. Here we go. have it, folks. There you have it. So that is called Shmingle Bells on my album. And I really hope you'll get it, if for no other reason, so I can take your money and give it to Shriners Hospital for Children. I'm going to match the dollar that I take out of the 14 cents I'm making on every album. So it's No Apology Music. Sorry, I'm screwing this up again. It's HTTPS : whatever those things are called, backspace, back bracket, what the hell are they called? Front things. This is a social media manager. I can't think. I haven't slept for like 2 weeks. Backslash. Good night, Jamie. www. Very important to put in there. Don't leave the www part out, or it'll go to another website. Backslash. Thank you, Miss Valerie. www.noapologymusic.com. That's HTTPS // www. Anyway, the stupid link is in the beginning of the thing. And you can get just a download, which is like $10, or you can get the CD and a button. You will get recipes, you get all the thing, and there's a streaming page. So if you don't want to download anything, I refuse to put my music on Spotify because I believe they're pieces of shit. So I don't put my music on Spotify. Sorry, guys. And I won't put it on iTunes or Amazon Music either at the moment. It is only on my website on the stream page after you make your purchase. All right. Now, I want to share one thing with you. Then I'll play like one thing, and it's getting late for a lot of you. I want to look into the camera. No, seriously. I want to look into the camera and thank you so much for the love and compassion you showed me with the passing of my dog Bullet. I know that she is very well known, and she's been all over social media, but she was beloved everywhere. I mean, you know, some people become stars, and she was like a star, but I can't even, we've all had friends and family who pass away. We all have had animals we love dearly pass away. And believe me, I have had plenty of animals who passed away, or I've had to put to rest. But I have never been what I call a caretaker. My brother Randy and my sisters took care of my father who had cancer. My brother took care of his first wife. And I never did. I've cared for animals, but not like this. So for 2 years out of 15, I've been carrying her up and down the stairs. We've gone for physical therapy every week. We have, I can't even tell you. But the main thing is we were together 24/7, pretty much. And I had never written a song or produced a song or arranged a song or whatever, right? She was always by my side. So, I want to show you something, and I don't want this to bring you down. I want this to actually hopefully comfort some of you, especially during the holiday season. But this is amazing to me. So, many years ago, when one of my friend's animals died and mine died, I wrote a song called The Other Side. And the other side was a term that psychics often use. I was actually working with a psychic, an animal communicator, who always used the term the other side. meaning where you go when you die. So that's the other side, right? And so I went in my room after my precious animal died and my friend's animal died, and I wrote a song called The Other Side. Well, a couple days ago, this is Saturday, right? At least where I live. A couple days ago, Bullet came home. Her cremains, I have her box. And for the first time in my life, ever, because I have other animals in their urns and stuff, for the first time, I was actually comforted by my box of cremains. I took the box, I took Bullet and her cremains, her box, her wooden box, and my dog Pistol's box, which has been under my feet here since she died, and I put them both in my bedroom. And suddenly I felt comforted. They weren't there, they weren't alive, but they were next to me. And last night I talked to them. And I told them how much I loved them. And I miss them. And you know, and I thank them for all they are to me. Anyway, I kept thinking, you are on the other side. And I wish I could touch you. And I wish I could see you. But I'm not ready to go to the other side, you know? I'm here. So please look down upon me and know that I did all I could to show you that you were precious and all that kind of stuff, right? Well, I walk in this room, this very room, to do this Facebook Live and YouTube, and I'm on Twitch, I guess, to do this. And I go to my files to find the Jean-Luc Ponty song and the summertime one I played you a few minutes ago. And the first song I saw, which I have not seen for maybe 17 years, the first song, the song that was there, was my song, The Other Side. I swear, everybody, I thought that I was going to have a heart attack. I have not seen this song. I've been in that file folder a billion times. A billion times. Like every day I go in that folder. It's the music folder. I use Windows. It's in my music folder. It was how did it get to The Other Side is with a T, right? Even if it was Other Side. Oh, right? Anyway, I'm going to step away from the camera, and just in case I start to cry, but I want to play you this song. Again, it's not to bring you down. I wanted to share this miracle that happened today when this song just popped up, which I was telling the animals about. Here you go. Across the bridge, there's no more tears. We'll love just like we did down here. You'll be waiting there with eyes open wide. It's a place where there's no where rainbows shine, but there's no rain, and we'll forget the days all alone we cried. When we meet again on the other side, the stars
At night, when I sleep, I dream of you. Though I know you're right here, we're so far apart. I can't see you or touch you, but you're right here in my heart. Across the bridge, there's no more tears. We love just like we did down here. You'll be waiting there with eyes open wide. It's a place where there's no more pain, where rainbows shine, but there's no rain. And we'll forget the days all alone we cried. When we meet again, when we meet again, when we meet again on the other side.
Shit. Listen, I'm not sure I can play anymore at the moment. Yeah, John, that's me singing. Let me see some of the... I'm on 3 different windows here, so let me see what you have to say. God. Yeah, a lot of you know Bullet. I didn't get a chance to say hello to everybody. Diego, Ernesto, Matilda, Jeff is here. Jeff, I need to talk to you. I want to show you a restaurant. So let me after you go to church tomorrow, let me talk to you. Hi, Linda. Oh man. Yeah. Oh man. Dominic, I say, yeah, Lana. Hi, Roy. Anyway, I don't, Terry, if I miss somebody, what happened here? Ella passed away? I'm so sorry. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I mean, in all the time, I'm sitting here at my, in my production studio, and I have the boxes, the cremains of my first rabbit, Rex, a couple of my birds, and 2 of my chinchillas. The rest I've either buried in some place special or some in my backyard once I bought the house here. But yeah, for the first time in my entire life, I was comforted by the cremains. I didn't see it. I actually, which is probably weird, I opened the box to touch the bag that held the ashes. Lana, if you message me on Facecrap, I will send that song to you. Now, you know, for those of you who didn't hear, I haven't seen that song in 17 years, and I thought about it today when I kissed Bullet's box, and I was like, I wonder where the hell that song went. I think it's one of, I don't know my own music. Anyway, I'll play one more song, and I want to send my love to everybody, to have a great weekend. Once again, if you have $10 or a little more, please consider getting my new album. The link is in the thingy. And there you go. I'm going to send this out to all the people of the world. and I hate to sound, you know what, I'm not going to say that. My whole album, no apologies. I don't hate to sound like a hippie. But I really believe that we have no matter what your politics are, no matter where you live, no whatever, we have much more potential to love each other. Because when it really comes down to the basic level of what people are, what we are, we're all the same. You know, I'm not lecturing you. I'm just saying there's a lot of bullshit on social media with people disagreeing. That's fine. But on the level, when you love, we all love the same. When you have compassion, when Bullet passed away, I had 1,000 emails, and the comments were so off the hook on Facebook. I had to take 5 days to read it. Hi, Victor. Hola. And it's just, I don't know if it's that I'm a 60s kid or whatever, but I just believe that that's the truth, I do. I thank you all for being here. I'm going to send love to those of you I know in person, and I'm going to send love to those of you who I don't know in person, and I'm going to play this song off my Music for Pets and People album. Thank you. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I really enjoyed your company. Thank you. Good night, everybody.